Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 165. I'm Ryan Throgmorton. That is Jeff the Funeral Commander Harbison, and this is the only weekly news web show on the planet for the funeral profession.
That's the truth, and we're coming to you for some great big news today, something new coming out in the profession. It's interesting, over time we talked about it, that when breaking news comes or something new is introduced, they come to us. So we're excited to have a guest here shortly. However, before we can do that, and speaking of big news, we'll have Jamie and some big news coming, hopefully from him next week, where we can get everybody together. But let's talk about C&J Financial. Bottom line, if they're not paid for the funeral isn't over with. So if you're not using C&J to collect your insurance money, you're wrong. Roll that tape.
C&J Financial and CFS are excited to announce a powerful yet simple solution to help thousands of funeral homes and families with the challenges that life insurance assignments can bring. Insurance companies are often a hassle to deal with, and claims can take weeks or months before payment is received. If you're tired of the hassle and cash flow delay in processing insurance death claims, C&J's Fast Funding program can help. With the new seamless integration between the two companies, CFS client families can submit preliminary insurance information to your firm through your website prior to the arrangement conference. The final assignment information is sent to C&J via the Insurance Assignment tab in your website management console. Once the claim is submitted, C&J will verify the benefits, and as soon as verification is obtained, payment is made to your firm, usually within 24 to 48 hours. C&J and CFS are committed to simplifying the lives of funeral directors so you can focus your time serving families.
All right, Commander, we've got some big breaking news today that you're involved in.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Our guest is Doug Gober. Doug is probably one of the most known superlatives in our business, all-around great guy. So let's go ahead and jump into his interview. Doug Gober, welcome back to the Funeral Nation show.
Thank you, Jeff. It's great to be with both of you again. Thank you.
Well, you have some very big news that we're putting out about Foresight and Foresight Funding. You're recognized as a preeminent loan guy in the business. So how about share with us what's going on?
The word preeminent and Doug Gober generally don't go in the same sentence together, but I'm just going to skip right over that and move on to what we're actually doing. Jeff, we have partners all over the country that we've been able to work with to secure the not only financing but the methodology of financing to allow these businesses to transition in the manner that they're trying. But the most recent work that we've done is we have partnered with a group, and we have the exclusive right from funeral service and cemetery business with this organization, where we can actually put a completed package into a portal, and over 500 lenders will look at it within 24 to 48 hours.
That's incredible. And
that gives us a much broader exposure than we've ever had before in any of our other partners. This does not get in the way of our existing partners that we have. So, we've developed over the last few years, a couple of even that I've been involved in helping create. It's just expanded the offer. And so, banks are eager.
If you will, give us a couple examples of what people would come to Foresight Funding for lending. What would they use the money for?
There's mainly 3 or 4 things that we would normally look at. Number one is obviously the businesses are changing hands from an acquisition standpoint, an existing guy buying another business, a manager or a funeral director licensed buying his first business, transitioning from parents to children through a succession, renovations, which more times than not today include the addition of a crematory. Those are the main things that we would be seeking financing for on behalf of our clients.
Doug, so with Foresight Funding, the large percentage of funeral homes that are going to change hands in the next 5 years, how is Foresight Funding playing into those transactions and can be of assistance?
Ryan, the numbers are pretty staggering. The estimates are that somewhere around a 400 to 500 million in transactions per year will take place over the next 10 years. And so anyone who has access to helping transition and fund those businesses is in a position to do very well. These new relationships that we've developed recently just give us a little bit of a leg up to be able to finance beyond the norm. The norm has been that, the average funeral home in the United States doing 100 calls, they're going to transition. That's $1 million to $1.5 million transaction. And those are the majority. And the majority of those can be handled by the existing availability. To go beyond that, however, to go beyond a $5 million, $10 million, $25 million transaction, where there are still a number of those businesses out there that are going to transition that are that size, within the normal realm, those become more difficult. And we have now been able, through this new opportunities, to secure the availability of a much larger availability of funding, where we can go way beyond the SBA 5 million, way beyond the normal things that will accomplish most of what's out there. But we've also got, occasionally not every business has been run perfectly. The 85-year-old guy gave up when he was 70, but he hung on until he was 85, and now his business is not what it used to be worth. And, there may be a little bit of not so good goodwill in that transaction. And so not every, lender who's looking for pristine buyers and pristine sellers is going to be open to that. And so now we have an opportunity to not only go beyond perfect businesses, but to actually be able to transition imperfect businesses. So there's a lot that goes into this, more than just money. It's the evaluation and understanding of those businesses that are transitioning. What do they look like? And what does the buyer and the seller look like? And they're not always perfect people.
Right. One of the things, too, that I'm familiar with, Doug, because on the inside of our business here at Foresight, this is something that will help a prospect person. In other words, a funeral director or a funeral home owner doesn't have to go through one bank over here, take the same package to another bank over there. If those don't work out, they're pretty flat. This exposes that one application to multiples. Isn't that correct?
How many funeral directors in the United States, owners or non-owners who are looking to be owners, have ever borrowed $1.5 million? And the answer is probably not many. And so the difficulty for them is they go to their local guy who's only going to loan them the money based on the real estate value, and that local guy is only going to give them $800,000 for a $2 million transaction. And so now they've run up a stump immediately. They've immediately encountered a barrier to entry. And we can break those barriers down. We know what to do. We know how to get them the money. We know what kind of credit score is going to qualify with this lender versus that lender. And those kind of things are what enables us to be in a better position, or enables that potential buyer or that potential seller to transition that business when you've had that experience level to go there.
Exactly. But this is very exciting, and you've been around the funeral business for a couple years, and this is one of the more exciting things I think that you shared with me that you've been involved with.
Yeah, December 2018 for me was 40 years in this business, and I know I don't look like it, but I should. But by the way, I believe that falls into the same category as our family serving your family since 1902. It absolutely means nothing. 40 years in anything means nothing. All it means is you're old, and in many cases you're tired and you need help. In my circumstance, I've been so fortunate, and I'm so excited. I've never been more energized than I am today because of what's going on now. Not that, it took a long time to get to this point, but we're consistently running across new and exciting ways to make this business what it should be. My belief in this business has never changed, and my my belief in the value of this business is and why it should transition to new energetic ownership is what kind of drives us, and it's what's certainly keeping me, I'm at least into it. And so I'm excited about what's going on. We really are. It's a wonderful time to be in this business, and not everyone believes that.
I agree. Well, Doug, we appreciate having you on here, and certainly your phone number's out there with a lot of folks, and we have an 800 number here at the Foresight Companies to reach out to ask, which is 800-426-0165. But we appreciate you coming and bringing this exclusive interview on with us about the fantastic news of what you're doing and the Foresight Companies are doing out here. And this is done for the funeral profession.
It's exclusively for the funeral profession to make sure that what we have done to this point continues in the way it should to ultimately serve everybody that the funeral business serves properly. I've never been more excited about what's going on in this business than I am right now. And for those people who see this that are not in that circumstance, who are not in that number of excited to be in this business anymore, should consider a transition, and we can help.
That's it. Well, I see you're wearing red today, and that's part of the, there we go, the Crimson Tide. It's going to be a fun year, it looks like, in college football.
Always is. It's great for family reunions for my family, so we love it. And it's a great time of the year. You know what? It's a wonderful time to be alive, and I'm really excited about everything that's going on in our world. Thank you.
Well, thank you for taking time with us today, and I'm sure I'll see you or talk to you before the day's out.
Ryan, it's always wonderful to be with you and Jeff, and thank you for the opportunity today.
Absolutely. Same, Doug. Thank you.
See you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you both again soon.
That's fantastic, Jeff. What you guys are putting together, it's needed in the marketplace. It's the only platform to get it. It's pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, it is. And, one of the things that Doug mentioned is that there's funeral homes owners that are ready to sell. Well, I want to give a special invitation. If you're a funeral director and you want to own a funeral home, give me a call. Let's talk. We have the availability to make that happen. Give me a call. Let's talk about it. Let's see what your opportunities are, because there's going to be firms for sale. There's currently firms for sale, and owners want to transition their business and retire. So anyway, speaking of calls, and give me a call and ring. Welton and his team, Richard that works along with them, we met with them earlier this week. It's interesting how the team of folks that I'm surrounded with also happen to be friends and other people rely on them in the funeral business. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and run Ring's message.
We're Ring Marketing. We help funeral homes generate at least 10 more at-need calls per month. Our techniques help you dominate local search rankings and become the top choice for services in your area. We also proudly offer a 100% money-back guarantee. For a free copy of our book, visit www.funeralhomeprofits.com.
Excellent. Welton's a great guy, great team, doing amazing things in the profession. All right, Commander, that wraps up episode 165. Hopefully we can get Jamie on next week with a big announcement. But regardless, man, now until NFDA, it's going to be announcement after announcement and big news in the profession leading up to the Super Bowl of funeral conferences.
That's right. You and I will have one coming into the week about a super group that's coming together. So this is the time of year. Pay attention out there. And we appreciate you effing fans and all that you're doing for the funeral nation. I constantly talk to funeral directors first time and owners on the phone. Like, gosh, we watch your show and that's where we're getting our news from. So connecting directors, funeral nation, we got the news for you.
That's right. All right, Commander. Until next time, have a great effing week.
Out here.